Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? It's your host, Jenny Chaos, ranting and raving yet again. As always, I want to start off by saying this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. My rants are just that free speech expressed in a passionate way. Remember, if you would like to join the chat, send an email to jennysrantspc@gmail.com. You can send your comments via social media or by dialing 443 709 8465. Now that I got that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Jenny's Rants. Today, listen, this one we're going to title Right Package, Wrong Address. I seen this post online. Michael Basin, it said, if you know a woman wants something you can't give her, why not let her go? And the comments, I'm telling you, comments are always all over the place. You're going to get some men who feel like, as a woman, why didn't she leave if she wasn't getting what she wanted? But I know and you know that as women, sometimes we be staying in a lot of situations past its due dates. We do that a lot. We do. We definitely do. It made me think about a conversation that I had with an older gentleman who he kind of posed a question to me like, what's wrong with you? Like, what makes you undateable? Why are you single? He like, you seem cool, right? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because my last man said I was perfect. Obviously, I'm joking. I know I'm not perfect. I got flaws, right? I know I'm not perfect. That's a joke. I was just trying to lighten the mood. And he was like, no, I mean, like, you seem perfect. He like, you got a good head on your shoulders. You cool. You seem down to earth. You take care of your business. You got 2 jobs. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, well, obviously I'm not perfect because I'm not with them anymore. And he goes, have you ever heard of the term right package, wrong address? I said, you are absolutely right. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Being the right package at the wrong address. Okay. And even if you tie it back to what Michael Basin said about, like, if you know that you can't give a woman what you want, why are you with her? Or like as a man, stepping back from a situation where you feel like this woman deserves more than what I can offer her, more than what I can give her. And so it just made me really want to talk about, you can be everything. You can be the package, but it is not meant for that person. And this goes man, male and female. Like, this goes both ways. Like, women, you can, they say it all the time. One man's trash is another man's treasure. They say this all the time, but it goes for men too, because a lot of men get, you know, handled by some women that maybe not necessarily can receive them either. You can be all of those things and still not necessarily be that for that person, right? Because this goes both ways again. There's some men who get the short end of the stick as well because they've also ended up at the wrong address, so to speak. So you can be the right package. You just got to be at the right address, right? And that's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. This tricky part. I get kind of flustered because it took this outside perspective to kind of bring it home for me, because I feel like a lot of times as women, especially as women, we're always beating ourselves up. Why me? Why not me? Or what did I do? What could I have done better? Some women, not all women, but some women do feel that way. And so I wanted to take this time today to understand, like, it's not you. It's not you. You're never asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. And so the mission, the goal, the whole purpose in this whole dating and finding your person thing is finding that person that you're not too much for. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion said this in one of her new songs. My old man said I was too much. My new man say I'm pressure. Right? So they used to call me extra. My new man say I'm pressure. I think that's the words. So it's like you can be a handful for one man, but nothing. I mean, this is nothing for the next man, right? So like, yeah, it matters. It matters what address you at. And we have to stop trying to force ourselves at certain addresses. Like if that person is not trying to receive that package, then what you do is you move along to the person, to the next person who has ordered that package, who wants that package, who is ready for that package, like all of that. That matters. It matters so much. And again, this go both ways, y'all. This go both ways, men and women. Because I know for a fact I've heard people say, like, and this is why it's so hard to listen to exes and things like that, because how the last person saw that package or received that package is going to be totally different than how you're going to see and appreciate that package. I can be prime rib steak, the most tender steak. But if that nigga don't like steak, then guess what? Then I'm not gonna be for him. He don't like steak. He like chicken and fish. So it don't matter how tender my steak is. It don't matter if I'm a perfect cut, cooked just right. No, that don't matter because that nigga don't like steak like that. I mean, he can take steak every now and again, but I mean, he ain't dying for no steak. He ain't choosing steak every day. He rather have chicken and fish. So all I'm saying is we got to remember this. Remember this when we're going through things, when we're in relationships, anything. Go where, not go. Yeah, where you're chosen, where you're valued, where you're appreciated. All of that makes a difference. Because sometimes you'll start to question yourself, your worth, right? They're like, damn, is my steak too tough? Am I overcooked? You start trying to water yourself down to fit in certain circles that you're not even supposed to be in, right? And so it took this conversation with somebody else on the outside to give me a reality check because you do start to second guess sometimes. I know I'm not the only one. You start to second guess sometimes. And the reason why we second guess a lot, when you think about J Lo, Haley Berry, the first thing they say is, it must be her. What's she doing? That this relationship ain't right. She ain't been married. She done been married this many times. She done did this, that, and the third. She the common denominator. It's something with her. We think that. We think that. And so when somebody asks me personally, like, well, what is it? Because you're the common denominator. I had to do some soul searching to really think, like, okay, okay, all right. If I am the common denominator, then I'm going to say I'm choosing wrong. I am choosing to force my steak on people who either don't like steak, they can really take steak or leave it, or I'll find somebody who don't even really like steak like that, but he gonna love this steak. No, 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 no. That's my problem. That's my problem. Um, it just brought an even bigger subject up and everything. Um, because I guess for the podcast where we are, when we're talking about who chooses who, and if it matters who chooses who, and I thought it mattered more if the man chose you, as you guys have seen. But then I came to realize then, yeah, no, it gotta go. It it gotta go both ways. It gotta go both ways. Like he gotta choose you, you gotta choose him. Because equally if he is salmon and I don't like fish, then guess what? That don't work either way. So I just wanted to talk today about being the right package at the wrong address, right? Just being phenomenally you, male or female. The right person is going to appreciate and accept you for who you are. You don't have to change. You don't have to dim your light. You don't have to water yourself down. There is somebody out there who your steak is exactly what they're looking for. It is exactly what they ordered. And that may be hard to accept a lot of times because the heart wants what it wants. And a lot of times we attach ourselves to things and people who don't necessarily want us, but we want it. And you have to realize that that has to be reciprocated. We got to realize that. And I think that if we take heed to that, then we would save ourselves a lot of heartbreak, a lot of heartbreak. And not try to force your steak on anybody. So I just wanted to open up the topic of right package, wrong address, because that matters, y'all. It matters so much. And at the end of the day, it was an epiphany. It was an eye opener for me. And so if my story can help anybody else out there, situation or your circumstance or what you're going through right now, I really just want to encourage you to just know, like, you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but to somebody, you are. Or you may not be tea. You might be fucking Ciroc. But guess what? There's somebody out there that wants Ciroc too. So I'm just saying, You just got to find the person who is like, desire is for who you are genuinely. Find the person that is craving your flavor. Find the person who relishes in your scent. Find the person who looks as look at you as if you are the winning lottery ticket. How about that? They look at you as if you are a prize and a gift from God. They feel like you are the answer to their prayers. Okay? That's the person. That's what you're looking for. I'm Jenny, and these are my rants.